Mike, you ever hear of a guy named John Cerasani?
I have, actually, yes. He's very influential.
Yeah, so he was a guy who left corporate America. He was a B2B salesperson who decided to get out of the rat race. Even though he was making tons of money, he's like, I know my worth. And he started his own company. And then he sold his own company and he made millions from it.
Mm-hmm.
And then he went on the internet and started bragging about how he never has to work again.
Yep.
And telling us all about how work is for suckers. If you're working, you're a sucker. And then he started up multiple businesses as we watched him on the internet.
Well, sure. That's for fun.
The most recent one is he's a professional gambler, specifically blackjack.
Yeah.
He goes to casinos. He's a gambling influencer. He has a pamphlet you can purchase from him. He'll sign it for you.
Yeah, if I can defend my friend John here,
Please.
you're kind of calling him a hypocrite for going back to work. If you lose all your money, that's not working, idiot.
Well,
he's doing nothing where he makes money.
No, I have news for you. Yes, he never loses. He never ever loses.
I forgot about that.
Which is incredible, honestly, how blackjack works. But he recently went to the Venetian in Las Vegas. And he had an interesting experience that threw him off a little bit. He wasn't ready for this.
Yeah.
I'm literally at the Venetian right now. I want to gamble a little bit. I have a marker out from like a month ago. They've never sent me a statement or anything. I've never lost here. So this marker is sitting there. Well, I was going to gamble with this guy, Don Johnson.
Okay, so I just want to point out, he said, I've never lost here. Okay? Yeah. He's never lost in the Venetian. Yeah. He does all this gambling. He's never lost there. And yet for some reason he owes the casino money. So already we have a customer complaint. I don't know why he's talking.
To pay for his winnings, I'm sure.
I don't know why he's telling Instagram this and not talking over with the Venetian. But this is the route he has taken.
Yeah, clearly there's been an error.
Right. He's never lost there, and he owes the money, and he's telling Instagram about it. Sir, we're not going to be able to solve this for you. I hate to tell you, I don't have any connection with the Venetian.
You know what? I didn't even really put that together as I was watching the video, that what's happening is he can't bitch about the money he owes the Venetian because he constantly tells us how he's winning hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Right.
So what he has to say is, I never lose. I owe them this small amount of money. It's a vig, they take a percentage of my winnings, I guess. And I owe them that. Like, he's making up this lie around why he owes them money.
Well, in this video, I think you're jumping ahead. In this video, he's claiming he definitely does not owe them money. He doesn't even know where this came from.
No, yeah, that's crazy.
Well, I was going to gamble with this guy, Don Johnson, tonight. You can't gamble. You can't access your credit line because you're outstanding balance. You know who I am, dude? I'm an outstanding balance, bro. Okay? You don't think I have a 780 credit score, pal?
So right there, I'm like, okay, this is a joke. A 780 credit score is not the best.
That's good.
It's considered very good.
Yeah.
But then there's 800 and above is excellent. So it's weird to brag about a 780, in my opinion. You're a multimillionaire bragging about a 780 credit score.
Particularly weird about it is your credit score is not dinged when you lose a hand of blackjack.
Correct.
So I don't know how it applies.
Has nothing to do with you owing the Venetian money for losing at blackjack in the
Unless you just don't pay it. Then eventually it hits your credit score. But
you don't want to gamble here? Hey, send me a statement if I owe you money. Send me a statement. So stupid.
Who the fuck is he talking to? Let me read from the comment section of this video. It says, markers are considered checks in Vegas. Statement is needed. Just have the cage/collections run the marker to the bank account tied to the line of credit. Looks like a Gen Pop move on your part.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, someone's explaining to him, like, you don't have to go to Instagram to bitch about this. There's a way to figure this out.
John, I'll call the Venetian. Don't worry, I'll handle it.
Yeah, let me get on this
Mike
for
Geary
you.
here.
All right. So then he puts out another video the same weekend, bitching more about this Venetian mix-up that he's currently enduring.
Earlier tonight, I made a post about the Venetian. I didn't tell my host I was coming. He would have.
By the way, I want to point out, he is shirtless with a gold chain, standing on his balcony so he can show off the view that he has
It's pretty
from
hot.
the hotel room that he's in.
Thank you for painting that picture for me.
Yeah, so I just want to let you know that this wasn't just like let me just talk to Instagram for a minute. This was all right, I'm going to go upstairs, take my shirt off, get my jewelry on. Yeah, this is well planned out.
Earlier tonight, I made a post about the Venetian. I didn't tell my host I was coming. He would have cleared it up. I didn't know what I was walking into. I got a 250 grand credit line. I owed them a marker that's much less from about 6 weeks ago. I figured I could access the rest of my credit line.
Whoa. I remember him saying he's never lost at the Venetian.
Yeah.
He forgot that 6 weeks ago he lost at the Venetian and owes them money?
Okay, once he lost.
But I don't know if you know what the word never means, Mike.
Well, no, here's maybe something I don't know. The word credit line. If he has $250,000 of credit,
Right.
and he owes them much, much less,
Yeah.
what's the big deal?
I think that's what he's saying.
Well, right. What I'm saying is the Venetian should look at that and say, well, John, you can run up much more of a tab. But it seems like he must owe them.
Oh, yeah. Good
more than
point.
that, right?
Yeah, you're right. Good point. Because what is a credit line if you can't use that all as credit?
Right. Why would they be like, hey, you owe us $8,000, pal? If
Interesting.
he's allowed to spend $250,000.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Good point.
They said, no, you're overdue. I go, guys, do you want to send me an invoice? Should I just put the money in a brown paper bag and leave it on the porch? Tell me how to pay it to you, pal. Me and the legendary Don Johnson, we're going to play there, dude. But you know what, Venetian?
It's the second time he's dropped Don Johnson's name. Is this the Don Johnson he's referring to, or just a guy who's a famous
Don
name?
Johnson gets bigger in stature every time.
Right, yeah.
If you notice, the first time he goes, this guy, Don Johnson. This time he's like, the great Don Johnson.
The
No, I don't believe it's
legendary.
the Don Johnson.
It can't be.
No, I don't think so.
After all these years of working together, okay? You downgraded my rooms.
Oh.
You took me from diamond level to ruby level.
Oh.
You know what, buddies? I'm cool. I'm
admitting
cool
a lot
stopping
here.
playing with you. I'm up $800,000, pal. All right? I'd get rid of me too, buddy. Okay? It's fine. It's
Well, he talks real cool to his phone. You notice that? Like, this is the conversation he wants to be having with the management or someone high up at the Venetian, but instead he's doing it to his phone.
Yeah. He's being a Karen, but to us.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Cool, man.
But he also thinks he has this because he has the word influencer in his head, where he thinks
Yes.
like we're all his fans that follow him on Instagram. I actually have to ask. I saw when I looked at his profile this week, I saw a buddy of mine from college follows him on Instagram. I have to ask, like, are you a real John Cerasani fan, or are you like everyone else? Like, do we all laugh at this guy? Because in his mind, he's looking at it like the way Howard Stern would talk to his fans, where he would bitch about something and we would all go, fuck them, Howard, fuck management, fuck John DeBella, whoever, and not even really give it a lot of thought because we all thought Howard was right.
Right.
But with John, we're not these diehard fans of his, so we're listening to what he's saying, and you're like, what do you mean, where do I pay them? You deal with them seemingly
Yes.
all the time.
Right.
Like, you know where to pay them.
fine. Okay, buddy? But let me know where to send that marker to give you about 10% of the money. I'm up on Jan. Let me know how that works out, pal. Just an email, UPS. You can send a singing telegram, dude. John, P.O. Box this. Here's the wire instructions. Whatever you want to do, buddy. Okay? Because here's what I did after I left the Venetian, dude, when you didn't let me play. I went to the Westgate, and I lost 10 grand. But then I won 10 grand.
Take that, Venetian. I'll go lose my money somewhere else.
If you lose 10 grand and then get 10 grand back, it's not winning.
Oh, no. In his mind, he's up with this.
I won 10 grand.
Yep. This guy's ego is so fragile. The place goes, yeah, I'm sorry. We can't offer you a line of credit. You actually owe us some money. Oh, fuck you. I'm going to make multiple videos. I'm going to go gamble somewhere else. And dude, just take care of your fucking business.
It's also
What's
weird.
going on
Maybe,
here?
maybe I just don't know enough about gambling to know how the numbers line up. But it is always weird to me. He always wins back the exact amount he lost.
Right.
It's always I lost 10 grand, but then I won 10 grand. I lost 100,000, but then I won 100. It's never I lost 10 grand, but then I got 9 of it back.
Right.
It's always the exact amount. He's always even or up.
Right, or up. I was gonna say, or he'll say, and then I made 15, and now I'm a 5. Like I think we're about to see in a minute.
And I'm still fixated on this. So the Venetian contacts him, whether in person, via however they do it, and they say, John, you owe us X amount of dollars.
Yep.
We're not going to tell you how to pay it.
Right.
Does that seem
that's a
logical to
mystery. you got to solve a puzzle first.
You have to solve these riddles 3, John.
Yeah, right.
And
exactly.
you can pay the Venetian.
Doesn't make any sense.
But then I won 10 grand and ended up leaving up there $200.
He's up 200. This is a guy who talks about.
I was wrong.
He's the guy who talks about winning millions of dollars. We're going to hear in a little bit. And he literally just said, and then he ended up winning $200.
Hey.
What kind of bets are you making that you can even win $200? That's not high roller stuff right there. I would think that in John's mind, that's a wash, but okay.
You don't stop and pick up $200 if you're John.
Right.
Cerasani.
Yeah, I know. I'm getting confused about how much of a high roller this guy really is, the way he's talking right now. He's at the ruby level. He's not even at diamond right now. He's talking about winning $200.
That's humiliating. You don't want to be down with me on the ruby level.
This is embarrassing.
Grand and ended up leaving up there $200. Then I went to the Aria, dude, and it was a little bit of a battle, dude. I was stuck on a double deck table. I don't like double deck because they don't let you surrender. Well, how did that go, bud? How did that go? Here's how it went, pal. That's $10,000. I'm up that. And then what'd you do? You went back to your room at the Cosmo. This one, yeah, but I stopped at the Talon Club on the way. Please stop. Just stay there. No. Okay? I stopped at the Talon Club, and I won $5,000. That's 15 grand. Well, how did it go earlier, pal? It went great earlier. I'm about 20 grand on the day. Because winners mother effing win. Believe in yourself. Never give up. When they say you're a deadbeat, they say you owe them money. Dude, you know who you are, bro. You know who you are. Let their little computer say whatever it wants. You know who you are. You know what your character is, buddy. All right, pal?
Dude, he's literally talking himself off the ledge.
Is he suggesting they're lying about the money he owes? He's like, oh, you say whatever you want about this money I owe. Well, they're right? They're not making
They're obviously right, because he started up by saying they're lying. I've never lost here. And then he's going, they just won't tell me how to pay them. And I want to pay them, but they want me to play. So I went and played somewhere else.
Put it this way. The Venetian, to my knowledge, does not have a reputation. They've never called me and said, Mike, you owe $6,000. And I'm like, God, that can't be right.
That's
there
the
must
scam
be
they
some
play,
money owed here.
That's the scam they play. They have facial recognition. If you ever walk into the casino, they know you've been there. They tell you owe them money. And you're like, fuck,
all right. A bunch of money. Sorry,
damn
buddy.
it. This is one of the most embarrassing videos John's ever made. This one. He's literally like talking himself up. He's like, you're a winner. Come on. Winners win. That's what we do around here. We're winners. This is like a Chad Zumach move where he's like pumping himself up. He's like, I'm not a loser. I have friends and I do comedy and I'm really good at it. Like, okay, man. If you say so.
And keep in mind, he doesn't owe this money. Just remember that as well.
Well, I think he's acknowledged that he does at this point. He just doesn't know how to pay them.
Nah,
right?
No, he never loses, though. How could he?
I know. It's all very confusing. So the third clip in this trilogy says a lot. I learned a lot from this clip.
Okay.
One thing I don't do is not pay people back, and I figured the Venetian would have sent me where I should send this damn money, but they never did.
And I just want to point out, when he is wearing a shirt, it's always one of his stupid shirts. This one's not Gen Pop. It's got a whole design. I've never even seen this before. It looks like a Metallica logo. It's a whole thing going on. But isn't that interesting? He's just like, oh, I pay my debts. This,
yeah.
You see how this changed from the beginning of like, what the fuck? How even dare you say I would owe you money? How's that even possible?
You got the wrong guy.
I have a 780 credit score. You think I owe someone money? That's ridiculous. And now it's totally changed.
One thing I don't do is not pay people back, and I figured the Venetian would have sent me where I should send this damn money, but they never did. And last night they said I'm past due. So we're going in right now to pay these guys the marker.
So that might be the answer to your question about the credit line. Mm-hmm. The credit line is there, but it's past due. Like he's got to make good on it, and then he's got the $250,000 credit again. Right. But if you owe money and you're not paying, and you're, I guess he said it was 6 weeks ago, so maybe he's 14 days past due. on a net 30.
It should be
accounts.
pocket change to him, no? It should be, oh, shit, I'm sorry.
Well, right. It's all the confusion was, I don't know how to give you guys money. It's like, well, the cashier's right there. It's a giant sign. You haven't seen that before?
And he was talking about all the money he won at all the other casinos. So
right.
It should be no big deal.
Shouldn't be a problem at all.
Now, to pay these guys the marker, netted at 0. And honestly, after them basically calling me a deadbeat last night, I'm thinking about not playing here anymore. I'm up a lot on them. I really
They
do
didn't call
like
you a
this place
deadbeat. You owed them money.
And think about those strong words right there. I'm thinking about not playing here anymore. And I want to point out that he did tag the Venetian on this video. He wanted the Venetian to see this and be like, oh my gosh, are we going to lose John Cerasani as a client? We can't let this happen.
Yeah, deadbeat is such like he's showing so much about how he thinks about himself, like his own lack of self-confidence. He portrays great confidence, but that's an extreme lack of self-confidence. If I was just like, hey, Carl, you got that the super chat money for this month? And you were like, oh, so you think I'm a deadbeat that's never gonna pay? I'd be like, well, I mean, now I do.
You're right. Now I'm starting to think that.
I didn't before.
Mike, that's what I mean. I said this during the last video. His ego is so fragile. It doesn't take much at all. And you can tell that by the way he responds to people who make fun of the waterfall he has in his bathroom.
Right,
He loses his mind over. It's like, all right, man, you're doing fine. You don't need everyone to love you, right?
That's the thing. Of all the people we talk about, John Cerasani, on paper, is actually the most respectable. Like, yes. I believe he built a business and all that stuff that like, I'm sure he does have some level of business acumen. He actually is an expert in the stuff he pretends to be an expert in, or claims to be an expert in, I should say. Like, right. He's done things that these other people pretend they've done. And then he goes online and ruins all that.
Which is why this is so embarrassing. Correct.
Anymore. I'm up a lot on them. I really do like this place a lot. I've had a lot of great victories here. I'm probably up close to $1 million.
Okay, I love that right there. So, as if it matters what casino you're in when you're playing blackjack. Mm-hmm. But this place, you know, he's up probably $1 million. I'm sure you are, John. That's totally how blackjack works. This guy's always winning. He's always up. It's mathematically impossible for that to be the case with blackjack. It doesn't work that way.
Speaking of Bill Belichick, too, I like a lot of great victories. Like it's watching Vinatieri kick a last-minute field goal when the dealer flips an 8 over. It's like, oh, my God, what a tremendous victory for John Cerasani.
But at the end of the day, dude, you know, you get that bad vibe. God, what's not to like about this place, though? Look at it. It is really nice here, I ain't going to lie, and I've always won here. But whatever, dude. They never told me where to send the money for the marker. I had money on a credit line available, and they said I couldn't access it until I paid my marker back.
Dude, you don't have to tell anyone anything about this. We wouldn't know about it. This wouldn't be a big deal.
He's still on this they never told me thing. So what are you doing now? Just leaving a sack of money at the doorstep?
Well, that's what he was complaining about. It's like, yeah, I mean, you could probably just figure it out.
Yeah.
Like I said, go to the cashier and ask, hey.
Every other transaction you've made there, it's probably the same.
Right. If you went to the cashier and you said, hey, my name's John Cerasani, I have a line of credit. They're telling me that I have a past due invoice. They'd go on their computer and go, yep, you owe us $80,000.
No, they'd go, oh, you're the deadbeat from Instagram? Get out of here, you trash.
Get out of here. Security.
I go, dude, you want just to wire it to just make up a number? Come on, pal. But I'm going to go pay it off now, netted at 0. And to all the people at the Venetian, I've really loved working with you guys. Aww. My host is awesome. Everyone's really great here.
Oh, he's saying his goodbyes to the fine folks at the Venetian. It's like,
why is there noise going on in the background? How is everyone not at attention?
I know, right? People are just going about their day. They're not even
we'll
realizing.
Miss you, Johnny.
John Cerasani might be leaving.
Like Jeter's
just kind of saddens me.
Right, yes.
My host is awesome. Everyone's really great here, so it kind of saddens me that I'm going to probably write them off now. But hey, I'm leaving up a lifetime winner here. And, you know, not too many people can say that about this place. A lot of people have lost a lot of money here. But it is what it is. Much love, Venetian, going back all the way to a few years ago when I won that poker tournament for $250,000 here. Hey, man. All right?
Okay. This is what stopped me in my tracks. This is what I want to talk about. He just said he won a poker tournament at the Venetian that netted him $250,000. Yeah. Now, the way blackjack works, because I play a lot of blackjack, is there's definitely a strategy, and you can play the odds to the best of your ability, and the house still has an advantage. And so sometimes you get lucky and you might try some things that you shouldn't, and you hit on it and you make some money. That's fine. Poker is an actual game of skill. Poker is a game that the pros can make money playing poker consistently.
Right.
He wrote a fucking book about blackjack. He's winning poker tournaments, and he didn't write a book about poker? If I knew a guy who won a poker tournament, won $250,000, I would want to read that book. I'd be like, oh, what should I be doing? Because I could never win a poker tournament at the Venetian.
We'll get to that's book number 2. He's making his way up to poker. He has so many talents. It's hard.
I am telling you, Mike, and everything that he says is like, if you and I are commenting on this, like, how could this be? You don't know how to give them money. You can't figure this out. You just pick, oh, you guys don't fucking get it. You guys don't understand any of this. I'm like, no, I kind of understand gambling. I've spent a lot of time in Vegas and at casinos, and none of this makes any sense.
I don't really. So what I really can't understand is a casino, because he says there in that video, he's like, what am I supposed to just guess a number and wire you the money? There's no way the Venetian said, hi, John Cerasani, you owe us some amount of money. We're not going to tell you what it is.
How much, dude? You think I can tell you that? You think I'm authorized to give you that kind of information?
Come on, man. Just send us the money. Quit messing around.
I've seen Ocean's 11. I know what you're up to right now. This is the whole scheme, isn't it?
I just like John walking out in black and white with My Way playing on his last day at the Venetian.
I know he's trying to turn this into a thing, and it's just not a thing. Let me read from the comment section of this video.
Okay.
Someone wrote, just pay what you owe and stop making a song and dance about it.
Yes.
You knew you owed them. Take some initiative and sort it instead of bad-mouthing them. It's not hard to pay off who you owe money to. Get over yourself. They don't need you, buddy. And he responded to this, Mike.
Oh, God. John,
and he wrote, clueless gen popper that has zero idea how it works at a casino.
Yeah, that's true. That's me, too.
But that's always his excuse. Like, we're pointing out very obvious things like, well, just go ask someone how much you owe them, and they probably have paperwork around it. I'm sure there's dates and
But if it's about being poor, the Venetian has a lot more money than John Cerasani, and they seem to not understand it. Like,
yes.
They're wrong in this instance. So I don't even get that, really.
Anyway, fantastic trilogy of videos, John.
Yeah.
Keep it up.
Yeah, great work.
That's
I can't
what we
wait
love
to see what he
about-
has in store next.
That's what we love about John right there.
Go to blindmike.net for Blind Mike, or go to whoarethese.com for Carl, and make sure you subscribe to both channels, or there will be no banter.